Come on, come on, come on, come on. Together we can be the change. Come on, she just said that each of y'all have come for a purpose. You have served your purpose. And thank you. Can I get everybody to stand to their feet? Because I'm not just talking about me. Together we can be the change. Can everybody stand to their feet? Stop the music. Stop the music. Stand to your feet. Stand to your feet. Today we're doing something different. We didn't come to a conference so that we can look at people. We came to a conference to be refilled. We came to a conference to be motivated. We came to a conference so that we can stand up, because together we can be the change. Listen to the beat as it drops again. She's talking about together we can be the change. It's our differences that makes the difference, and together we can be the change. I need you to look at somebody next to them and say, together we can be the change. 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 Say, I am the change. Say, I am the change. Say, I am the change. Oh yeah, turn that beat back on. I need y'all to rock with me. Y'all ate good at lunchtime. I came down late, but y'all was eating good. Come on, hit that for me. Together we can be the change. Come on. It's taking a minute, y'all. I'm over here going like this. Okay, so I wake up this morning. I send this to somebody. Listen to the words. And y'all can just doodle about with it. Think about yourself. Hey, somebody got to do it. Come on, get hyped. Stretch your arms out. I don't want you to sit still. I like to move. Come on. Yes, we only got one life. One life. Yes, it starts today. Y'all see this right now? We've been locked in and locked up for too long. Yes. All right, you can stop it. You all can take your seats. Thank y'all. See, y'all made me smile. Y'all were so serious for a moment. Y'all were so serious for a moment. It was amazing to me when the young lady said, it was somebody in the school. It was a teacher. It was a paraprofessional. It was a janitor. It was an administrator. It was somebody that was just walking by, and they were so amazing that they were the change that she needed. They were the change that I needed. So let me introduce myself. My name's Regina Platt. I am so humbled to be in the presence of greatness, right? Go on and pat yourself on the back. I am so amazed to be in the room with greatness, right? And there's nothing about me that's so different from you. Today, I'll tell you my story. This session is called See Me Too. I've walked into rooms where people wanted me to bring a faction of me to the table. I've walked into rooms where people wanted the poet of me to show up. I've walked into rooms where people wanted the solution of me, but they forgot to see me. And sometimes we forget to see our students. Sometimes we forget to see ourselves. We've all been hit by COVID-19, by this whole experience that's happened over the last year. I lost 16 people within 1 year. In the same period of time, my father is incarcerated in his 60s right now. At the same period of time, I dealt with domestic violence. At the same period of time, I sat, and the man that I thought that one day I would marry was killed by the brother that I call my baby brother. And I had to keep walking through it. I had to keep serving through it. As we walk through this period of time, I've served the position as youth advocate within a correctional facility, working with young people who have been told they will never be nothing. Young people who are going unseen, unheard, young people who are being condemned by court systems, condemned by the school to prison pipeline, condemned by issues of trauma that have affected them within a community. But somehow or another, me, right? Just little old me, even though I'm thicker than a Snicker, but just little old me, had to continue to show up because people were looking for me to be that person that spoke for them, that person that loved on them. And so something happened during that period of time. I had to go inward. See me too? It's not talking about you seeing nobody else. In the season of going through trauma and going through pain, I had to step in and see me too. I had to understand who Regina was. I had to speak words of affirmation on myself. Sometimes we go out into these schools and into these jobs on y'all be really empty, don't you? You done cried in the morning. You done struggled with your own kids in the morning. You didn't get no sleep the night before. You may be working 2 jobs, but see me too. See me. See me. There's something about you. You are the change. There's something about the me within you that needs to be seen. So I had to step into me. I'm gonna do a cough. I don't have COVID, right? That's called, and if this wasn't here, y'all know I'll be all over the stage. That's called allergy sinus drainage. But let's keep going. So I had to step into me. Part of stepping into me, I went from being numb to I had to feel. I had to feel. I had to allow myself to feel, whether it was anger, I had to feel. Whether it was confusion, I had to feel. Whether it was shame, I had to feel. Because if you don't know what the problem is, how do you know what you need to fix? I had to feel it. If it's burnout, identify it. Is it burnout that you're dealing with? Feel it. Identify it. Is it burnout? Is it loneliness? Are there days that you wake up and you're lonely and you feel like nobody sees you, nobody hears you, nobody values you? You're going to administration and you're saying, I need help with this. You're saying, I'm burnt out. You're saying, I don't know how to fix this problem. What is it? Do you feel isolated? Identify it. If you don't know what the problem is, how are you going to fix it? How are you going to advocate for yourself? We tell our children to advocate for themselves. How are you advocating for you? Come on. Some of you are married and you're struggling advocating for yourself in the school, and then you go home in your relationship, in your marriage, as you're raising your children, and you're struggling to advocate for yourself with them. See me too. See me too. Come on. See me too. Self needs the opportunity to breathe too. Maybe it's yoga that you do, right? As y'all can tell, y'all don't see a yoga on me, right? You don't see no yoga on me. As I said, I'm thicker than a Snicker, you know? I just was running for city council. I was walking and I was knocking on doors and I was like, as y'all can tell, it ain't many people in here that look like me, right? And as I was knocking at doors, there wasn't many people in the neighborhood that looked like me. And so I'm knocking and the lady comes to the door. I said, how you doing, ma'am? How are you doing today? My name's Regina Platt, and I'm running for city council in District 3. She said, you black? I said, nah. I'm chocolate. You need some antioxidants in here. I'm chocolate. I'm healthy for you. You know, and so let me tell y'all, see me too. I had to go into me. Part of my stepping in is I had to understand my identity. See, we live in an environment where we've simulated, where my hair has begun to, at one point, to look like others' hair, so I was over straightening my hair. And I was over curling my hair. And when I got dressed in the morning, I was making sure that I didn't look too Afrocentric, because when I walked in the room, somebody was already looking at me. And then my personality, as y'all can tell, you know, I'm a little rambunctious, right? And so people was like, calm down. And I was like, I can't. This is me, right? I was saying this is me, but I was simulating. I was trying to be what they needed me to be. And as I stepped into self, I had to understand that I'm not great at being them. I'm only great when I be me. I'm only great when I teach like me. As an advocate in the school teaching advocacy 101, do you think I taught like somebody else? No. We gotta perform, we gotta have fun. We're gonna create something, we're gonna touch something, we're gonna feel something. And people saying, how do you do that? Kids don't do all that talking. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The young people locked up and locked out, they want you to hear them. They need you to receive them. But if I didn't go into me, I couldn't come out and bring them the best of me. Have you went into you? You went to college and they gave you this curriculum and they told you how it needed to be. But remember, if you're teaching the way your teacher taught you, you're not teaching, you're simulating. So you have students who are sitting in your classrooms and saying, hear me, see me, come on. They're doing behaviors, maybe like my grandson does, he just lays out on the floor. I don't know what that means. And then he gets up and goes, I'm like, okay, does that mean water? Mom, he hungry, let's eat, right? But again, it's something we've taught him. Your students are sitting in the classroom, you have a student that every time he does something wrong, you give him attention, but when he's doing right, you say nothing. You have a young girl that comes in your classroom every day. She's been abused over and over again, abused over and over again. I was walking into classrooms and they were saying, oh, she thinks she grown. No, I was not grown. I was broken. I was crying out inside. And not only was I crying out inside, you could see it on the outside of me, but nobody was there to help me. Oh, she thinks she grown. Oh, she thinks she know everything. Oh, look at her. She's just a little hardcore. Oh, she got such an attitude. Who, me? Not me. I just need you to see me. I just need you to see me. I need you to touch the heart of me. Can you name the last student that you touched the heart of them? Can you identify the last student that you touched more than just the curriculum that was laid out before you? Can you name the last student you touched the heart of? Can you name the last one of your friends that you connected with the heart of? Or do y'all just do the same thing over and over again? Can you name the last one of your family members that you touched the heart of? Somebody? Give me somebody's name. Just say it out loud. Austin. The last person you touched the heart of them. They were in a moment and they were crying. That's part of relationships. The foundational nature of who we are as human beings is relationship. Can you just touch them? Can you see them? Did you tell them you knew they was hurting? Or was you scared to say it? When she walked in and somebody was patting her hair like she was a puppy dog because her hair was different than their hair, did you ask her, was she comfortable with that? Or did you tell her it was okay, they just wanted to touch your hair? When she spoke and her voice was a little deeper and they called her a boy or a male, did you check on her? Or did you say, girl, your voice is kind of deep? When they didn't have a meal to eat last night, you knew it. You watched how they went through that lunch or that breakfast. You watched how it was a dire need for them. Did you check on them? Or did you just say, most of the children go through this? A mother stood up here and a mother said, I was working 3 jobs, not 1. Not 2. I was working 3 jobs. And so my kids looked like they wasn't what you would want my children to be. Thank you for just sitting in that space with me, giving them coats and wrapping meals around them and checking in on them and letting them know that they were loved. Because guess what? I wasn't out there getting high, I was working. Now let's step back into this. So first off, I had to step in. Self-check. That's why I tell kids, self-check. Self-check. And I'm not saying self-check meaning shut up or be quiet or silence them. I don't want to silence you. I want you to self-check. Because while you looking at everybody else, have you looked at you? Self-check. We talk about systems. Self-check. Systems only stand when people allow them to. When I stepped out and chose to run for city council, it's because I understood that the power was not in the government. The power was in the people that valued or devalued the system. Self-check. Now, step out. Step out means be vulnerable in it. Vulnerability. I've cried so much. I've cried more than I've cried in, well, I'm in my 40s. I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole age, but it's 40-something. I've cried more than the last 2 years than I've ever cried before. Why? Because I gave myself permission. Whether it was because I enjoyed it or whether it was because I was hurt by it, I allowed myself to feel self-check. Step out. Me standing here with you all speaking today, now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now I've spoken in a lot of rooms with a lot of chocolate and Latino people in it. But I ain't never spoken in a room with this many fine, vanilla folk. Self-check, this is vulnerable. Are y'all hearing me? This is vulnerable. If I want change to happen, then that means I gotta be willing to step into change. So step out, step up. Hey. Step up. Say the things that others don't wanna say. Create those dreams and those visions that you've had in you. Say those words that others have told you not to say. Come on, step up. When you step up, whose rhythm are you stepping to? Because it's yours, right? Hey, I do it my own way. Y'all like, what's she doing? I'm doing my dance, right? I'm stepping up to it. I'm saying, kids, you can do this. Adults, you can do this. Come on, change will happen if we step to this. I'm stepping up. Step in the name of love. Step in the name of love. See, I'm stepping in the name of love. I'm stepping because I'm stepping with me. How many of y'all have you colored your hair the way they said was the best styles for hair coloring and the clothing routines and oh my goodness. So while I'm on city council run, I was like, I'm stepping in the name. Our difference makes the difference. That was my little cost. Difference makes the difference. I was like, hold on. It do, I got locks. I must have went home, took 9 hours and combed locks out, cut them off, walked out. The only hair I left was up here. And I came back out, I was like, now y'all can take my picture for city council. Y'all like this, don't y'all? And it was because I was rebelling, right? If y'all know me already, you can tell I rebel against everything, right? I don't like systems, but systems are to be made to keep us comfortable and safe. And so I had to change the game. Now I'll say to you, when I stepped out, not only did I bring myself out, I brought other women out. I brought men out. I brought young people out who were saying, you can run for city council? Are you quitting a job you've been on for 10 years to step into a position for 10 months? Are you going to Africa to speak? How are you going to Africa? Hold on, you gonna release a book? Hold on. How can you do that? And I said, because I took the step. Right? I didn't take the journey, I took the step. Within the journey are several steps. And I chose to take one of them steps. And right when I got into the one step, I was like, ooh wee, this look good on me. So then I stepped into the next step. And then I started singing a song as I was on a virtual conference. I was like, step in the name of love. I said, he messed up. The maker of that song, he messed up. He known for messing up. But the lyrics to that song awaken people to stand up in themselves. Step in the name of love, Regina, step in the name of love. Yeah, right? So now as we step up, we step out, we step forward. We don't just do one thing, We step into the next thing, right? We step into the next. Mind step, when we think about mind step, it is a terminology that I came up with on my journey. Mind step is, it's mine, M-I-N-E, mine. It's mine. I gotta claim that step. It's mine. It's my choice. It's my decision. Nobody else did it. I gotta do it because I'm the one that made the choice. And not only am I the one that made the choice in my mind, but I'm the one that made the choice in my... Somebody tell me what you think I'm gonna say. I'm the one that made the step in my journey. Actions would have been nice, but you know I take the journey, you know what I'm saying, step in and aim. But in my actions, I had to get up. We're saying we love everybody, but we're just saying it. How do you show love? Love is an action that awakens me to thrive. Love is an action that awakens me to thrive. Love is an action that awakens me to thrive. I'm gonna say it one more time. Love is an action that awakens me to thrive. We so often stand and say, I love you. I love my children. I love my life. I love my career. The mic was trying to roll away. I love my career. What have you done with it? I love my husband. What have you done with him? How does he know you love him? I love my children. I remember I used to get told I was loved after getting a whooping. I'm doing this because I love you. Well, this don't feel like love. Right? Love is an action that awakens me to thrive. The whooping didn't awaken me to thrive, it awakened me to cry. I was crying hard. I was trying to rebel and not cry for a long time. Go on, hit me again, I ain't gonna cry. Hit me again, I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna cry. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. If that'll help you stop, I'm just gonna cry. But love is an emotion that awakens me to thrive. If I love business, then I'm gonna do better in business. If I love my children, then I'm gonna do better with my children. If I love ministry, I'm gonna do better with ministry. If I love my community, that means I gotta take off of some of those layers of all these things that they said I gotta be before I step into it, and I just gotta go after and do it. Love is an emotion, an action. I said emotion, an action that awakens me to thrive. So let's say, so now we stepped in, we stepped out, we stepped up, we stepped forward. Now we got to self-check. Every time I level up, I got to self-check. I got to check myself. How often are we evaluating ourselves? We're waiting for the school to evaluate us. We're waiting for other people to tell us if they like us or not. When's the last time you evaluated your life? I'm not talking about that, New Year's is coming. I ain't talking about that. Well, this year, I'm gonna decide I will not eat the chicken. You're gonna eat the chicken in 2 weeks. You're gonna eat the chicken well, I'm gonna write the book. If you're not already writing the book, you may not get to it. Evaluate. How's your curriculum going in the classroom? Are your students really engaged? How's the climate really in the school? Right? We say the climate's good, but are people in the staff lounge gossiping? What are the teachers looking like at the end of the day? Are they going home with backpacks empty, or are they backpacks so full that they can't wait for vacation to come so they can actually get 2 days out the vacation to actually rest? Because y'all don't be resting really on vacation. I'll just tell the truth on y'all. Evaluate. We evaluate other people all the time. When's the last time you evaluated you? This is the Bridge to Resilience Conference. And for us to get to resilience, that means we're going to have to do the heavy lifting in ourselves. For me, it was stepping into a racial justice position just recently. We're going to have to do the heavy lifting ourselves. I shouldn't evaluate when I come in the room how much vanilla in the room or chocolate in the room, because I should know when I walk in this room, it's my time to be in the room. I shouldn't have to tell somebody, well, hey babe, I'm going to a conference now. I don't know how you're going to act, but you know, it only may be like 5 of us in the room. What do you mean by 5 of us in the room? Well, I ain't going. Do y'all really, in this room, this space, understand that we're so divided still in this nation, that even though it's acceptable for people that you know to walk in the room, they still feel like they can't come in the room with you? How do we break those chains? Because it has to do with what we do. It has to do with what we do. History has already done some things, but it has to do with what we do. So I go sit at different tables and start conversation with people I may never have had the opportunity to have a conversation with. And if they ask me questions, I be vulnerably honest, because I want to break the chains. I want, when you see me, I want you to see this chocolate. Don't tell me you don't see the chocolate. I've walked into rooms where people have perceived that it was okay and enriching to be colorblind. No, when you become colorblind, you subtract me from the room. You subtract my ancestors from the room. You subtract what I stand for from in the room. I would never take from you who you are. I would never tell you, hold on y'all, the mic sounded like it was doing something. I was like, hold on. But I would never tell you not to bring your Irish ancestry, your Scottish ancestry into the room, your English ancestry into the room. I would never tell you that. But I've walked in rooms and they tell me not to bring me. No longer, say no longer. We got to speak things with authority. Say no longer will I bring a fraction of me to the table. Take all of me. No longer should your children of diverse backgrounds enter your room and bring a fraction of them to the table. Being trauma informed means we understand that when they come to the table, we have to do the work with all of them. No longer should your coworkers have to walk in to the building with you and bring a fraction of them to the table. Because for us to get the best out of them, they gotta bring all of them. Take all of me, all of them, all of me, right? So when I became okay with bringing all of me to the table, that meant this, today I was getting dressed and you know, I was like, ooh, I want to take all of me to this table, but I seen that stage. I'm gonna have to put on some pants, cause I don't need no accidents, right? And I know I got some thighs on me, so I had to think about that all of me. I was like, ooh, bring all of me in some pants to the table. I'm so goofy. I don't know how much time we got, but I don't mind talking. So this is a book I wrote. As I was going through the city council run, as I was stepping through my own journey, and the book's called Released. It's real tiny. Y'all see that? It's so tiny. It's so tiny, right? But in this book, I read a poem that ties into one of our young people. I heard her speak today. The epitome of my reality. Preferably at 6, I would have executed you. The idea of you robbing me of my youth sometimes hurts me. Why did I not stop you? Your voice hurts my soul, crafting a deep grave where it seemed like demons would continuously play for years. When you heaved yourself into my privileged place, my secret, your poisonous nature infected and shifted my reality. This intensity unlocked me into a defiled truth. Ideally, someone somewhere would have heard my cries. Instead, there was a disconnect for years. I sat, asking why. The silhouette that young girls wanted somehow disturbed me constantly. How was this the design God gave me? Why are people looking and labeling me? Some call me grown, some call me fast, never thinking to guard, shelter, or defend me. So this craziness would last for what felt like an eternity. 3 times more, not once, not twice, 3 times more. The attacks would come. I guess they could smell and sense that I had no shielded certainty. Please, someone free me. Ideally, this would not be my reality. How many young people, young women and men, I'm not just talking about our young women, how many young women and young men are sitting in the presence of you and they're struggling? I give you images where I would feel myself go into a cave within myself, and every single time I tried to come out and I would try to say something, it seemed like I got in trouble for something else. I started getting in trouble because my body started developing at a different level, where my dad was saying, those pants are too tight, why are you wearing that? Now you just bought me these clothes, so how's it my fault that I got a shape? I would sit there and I would hide myself. I would go into rooms and I would hide myself. And because this certainty was sitting in me for so long, I went into a marriage. And sometimes my husband could touch me and I would remember what had been done to me. Why can't we stop this now and do the work within the environments that we, the change agents, are in? Because they didn't see me. I cried out and they didn't see me. I wrote poems that were so dark, they didn't see me. I begged for help. They didn't see me, because I didn't have the words to speak it in the way that they wanted it to be. Y'all want to hear another poem? I like sharing poems. So this one is called Healed. Now freely breathing. Again, ooh, she's singing. Hey. Commanded to soar she steps, removed from tears and torment of yesterday, supplied with an overflow of ingredients, constructing a living reflection of thy ancestors' creations. She steps. Comprehending that these cages now formed were never created to isolate any nation, bringing empowerment for freedom, she steps. You can't stop my flow. You can't stop me from moving forward. She steps into the light obtained. Transcending the darkness of history, she flows unfolded, destined from all memories. Acknowledging limitations once, concentrated and restrained, nearly shaking her past brokenness, she steps into creation, love, and life. Realizing that living presently, she wins. When my life changed, it's because I stepped into my presence when my life changed, it's because I seen when I looked at my daughters and I looked at my son and I looked at my grandchildren. I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Hey, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. That rhythm, it just aroused in me. I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Can y'all say it? I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Hey, baby, I'm blessed. You get what I'm saying? I don't care where you come from, what you do. It's something about being blessed. So I just stepped in the name of love. Stepped in the name of love. I'll give you one more piece, and I'm going to exit the stage. I'm going to freestyle for y'all. I like freestyling. Y'all ready? Y'all think I'm a rap, don't you? I did used to do a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So there's a piece I normally do. I start off, and then any word I say after that is a freestyle. And it's what you bring out of me. Are you ready? I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on. Holding on. Just a little longer. Just a little longer, I'm holding on. Just a little longer. I know something must happen, something must give. Just one more moment, one more day, one more breath. I can be free. I know that somebody somewhere will see me. I'm just holding on. To my friends, I'm just holding on. To my memories, I'm just holding on. Holding on to this moment, holding on to this space, holding on to every opportunity that has ever been given to me, holding on to ambition, holding on to tenacity, holding on to the lessons of my enlightenment warriors. I'm holding on because I am free. I'm holding on because it's me. I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on to my steps, holding on to my journey, holding on to ambition, and I won't let go. I won't let go. I won't let go. I can't let go. I can't let go. I'm rocking on. I'm moving on, step by step. Thank you all for today. I hope you were blessed.